You were not born by accident. You were not sent into this world as a mistake. You came from God. And anything that comes from God carries within it a purpose, an assignment, a divine intention. You are not a coincidence. You are not the result of human decisions alone. You are the manifestation of divine intent, packaged in a body, placed in time, and released into the world with potential inside you that you haven't even begun to tap into. There are things in your life that may not make sense right now. Situations may seem chaotic. Doors you prayed would open may have slammed shut. People you thought would walk with you may have walked away. But in the midst of it all, one thing remains true. God knows what's next for you. You may be surprised, but God is not. You may be confused, but He's clear. You may feel lost, but He's already charted your path. You were created by design. You were not manufactured by chance, and the same God who designed you also destined you. That means He is not figuring things out as He goes. He already knows the end from the beginning. He's not reacting to your circumstances. He's directing them. He's orchestrating details behind the scenes that you don't even see. The phone call that didn't happen, the meeting that got canceled, the job that said no, the relationship that didn't work out. All of those things are part of a bigger picture, and that picture is only clear from His perspective. When you don't know what's next, you don't have to panic. You don't have to be afraid. The one who formed you in the womb is the same one who fashioned your future, and He didn't form you without also finishing you. God never begins what He hasn't already completed. That's why He's called the author and the finisher. He doesn't just start writing your story. He already knows how it ends. And it ends in victory, not defeat. It ends in purpose, not confusion. It ends in fullness, not emptiness. See, we often want to see the entire path before we take the first step. But God rarely reveals the whole journey. He gives you just enough light for the next step. Because He doesn't want you to trust in the plan. He wants you to trust in the planner. Faith is not knowing everything. Faith is knowing that the one who knows everything is with you. That even when you walk through the valley, He's walking with you. Even when you face giants, He's standing beside you. Even when the road is uncertain, He's directing your steps. Some of you have been questioning where you are in life. You're wondering why things haven't turned out the way you expected. You're asking God, why now? Why me? Why this? But let me tell you something. Purpose is not always comfortable. The process is not always clear. Sometimes God hides. What's next? So you don't run ahead of Him. Sometimes He allows delays to develop you. Sometimes He closes doors to protect you from what's behind them. Because what's next is too important to be rushed. God is more interested in your preparation than your promotion. He's more focused on your character than your comfort. He's more committed to your becoming than your convenience. Because what's next for you is not just about what you'll do. It's about who you'll become in the process. And sometimes the becoming requires you to walk through seasons that don't make sense. It requires you to trust when you don't. Understand. It requires you to keep walking even when you can't see the road ahead. But don't mistake the silence for absence. Don't confuse hiddenness with abandonment. Just because you don't see Him moving doesn't mean He isn't working. God is a master builder, and builders work from the foundation up. You may not see the progress, but He's laying a foundation that will hold what's next. Because what's next is weighty, it's glorious, it's transformational, and it requires a foundation deep enough to sustain it. You may look at your life and see limitations, but God sees opportunities. You may feel weak, but He sees strength waiting to be revealed. You may feel behind, but He says you're right on time. Because God does not operate on your clock, He operates on purpose. And purpose has a schedule that is not bound by earthly calendars. It moves according to divine timing. And divine timing never misses. You've been praying, you've been fasting, you've been waiting, and you've wondered if God hears you. Let me assure you, He hears, He sees, He knows. He's collecting every tear. He's counting every sacrifice. He's honoring every act of obedience. And nothing you have done for Him is in vain. Not one moment of faithfulness has been wasted. Not one seed you've sown will go without harvest. The only thing that hasn't happened yet is the manifestation. What's next for you is not just about change, it's about transformation. It's not just about stepping into something new, it's about becoming someone new. It's about stepping into alignment with who God always intended you to be. The process you're in is shaping your voice, your vision, your values. It's teaching you how to see like God sees. It's training you how to move when He says move and how to wait when He says wait. Many people miss what's next because they're holding on to what was. They're clinging to old seasons, old habits, old identities. But you cannot embrace what's next while holding on to what's over. Some things have to die so other things can live. Some chapters must close so the next one can open. God is calling you to release the familiar so He can introduce you to the future. The blessing is not behind you. The increase is not in the past. The open door is not where you came from. It's where you're going. You may not feel ready, but God knows you are. You may not see the resources, but God has already provided. You may not have the full vision yet, but God has already appointed the people, the places, and the provisions for what's coming. All He's waiting on is your yes. Your surrender is the key that unlocks what's next. When you let go of your limited expectations, you make room for God's limitless intentions. God has not forgotten you. He has not changed His mind about you. He's not waiting to see how things play out before He decides what to do. He already decided. He already designed. He already destined. And what He declared cannot be reversed. No man can cancel what God has confirmed. No enemy can stop what God has spoken. No delay can destroy what God has decreed. It's not your job to figure it all out. It's your job to follow. It's your job to trust. It's your job to stay aligned. And as you do, what's next will meet you. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to manipulate it. You don't have to force it. What's from God will come in the timing of God through the way of God. And it will not bring sorrow, but joy. It will not bring confusion, but clarity. It will not bring pressure, but peace. You are not wandering without direction. You are walking under divine instruction. And even when it feels like nothing is happening, something is shifting. Something is breaking. Something is being prepared. The season is changing. The atmosphere is shifting. The wind is blowing in your favor. God is setting the stage for what's next. He's already written the script. He's already cast the right people. He's already opened the door. He's just waiting for the right moment to reveal it. And that moment is not determined by people's opinions or timelines. It's determined by His purpose. And when that moment arrives, no power in hell can stop it. No barrier can block it. No force can resist it. That's why you must keep your heart pure. Keep your mind focused. Keep your spirit alert. Because when the shift comes, it will come suddenly. When the door opens, it will open wide. When the moment arrives, you must be ready to step into it, not with fear, but with faith. Not with hesitation, but with boldness. Not with uncertainty, but with divine confidence that what's next was prepared just for you. You are not ordinary. You are not random. You are chosen. You are appointed. You are an answer to a problem the world didn't know it had. You carry within you solutions, ideas, gifts, and anointing that are custom designed for this generation. And God has preserved you for such a time as this. That's why the enemy has fought you. That's why life has tried to break you. Because what's next through you will impact more than just you. It will touch your family, your community, your city, your nation. It will shift atmospheres and break generational cycles. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are right where you need to be to receive what God is about to release. He has not disqualified you. He has not rejected you. He has not replaced you. He is still working with you, still believing in you, still investing in you. And He will finish what He started. You don't need to know the details. You just need to trust the direction. You don't need to predict the outcome. You just need to walk in obedience because the steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord, not rushed, not improvised, ordered, designed, timed, and everything God orders, He pays for. Everything He orders, He equips. Everything He orders, He completes. You may not feel it now, but it's coming. You may not see it now, but it's near. You may not understand it now, but it's already done in the spirit. And soon it will be done in the natural. So don't quit. Don't retreat. Don't shrink. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Stand still and watch what happens when heaven invades your timeline. Because what's next is not an idea, it's a divine appointment. And you are about to walk right into it.